Aloha, and welcome to BYU Hawaii's Center for Learning and Teaching 2-Minute Teaching Tips. Today, we're going to talk about how to improve our teaching by using quizzes on Canvas to solicit student feedback on assignments so that we can then change them and improve them for the next time that we have them. Okay, let's look at this. One of my Canvas courses here. And I'm going to show you, I scroll down here, I'm going to show you a quiz that I recently created. So we've had to change from doing live classroom observations in this class to doing video observations online. And you can see right here, I've got 3 assignments. Observation, which was a video assignment, which was new for the students. And then we have a discussion board that we did. We'd never done that before. We did a synchronous discussion where everybody was online at the same time. And then I wanted to know what their experience was like because we're going to do the same thing again. And I wanted to know how to improve it. The experience for my students. So I'm going to click right here, Community Language Learning Feedback, and you can see that I have a quiz created for the students. And let me just show you inside this quiz really quickly. So this is what is a graded survey. So if you come down here, I've got some instructions for the students, but then here it's a graded survey. And if you click on this drop down, you can see some different options for the survey. Most people use the graded quiz, and this is where it gives the students a score for their quiz. A graded survey gives them 100% just for completing the survey. So that's a nice option. All they have to do is take the survey and they get full credit for it. And then over here in questions, I have 5 questions in my survey. And I'm going to show question details here so you can see what the responses are. So I wanted it, first question, how much time did you spend? I wanted to know because online learning sometimes requires more time, and I'm not sure how much time they're spending on these assignments. So I wanted to know because I don't want it to overwhelm them. Although I want it to underwhelm them too. And then second question is thinking about our class goal. Our class goal is very clear, is to challenge your beliefs. And I wanted to know if they felt like this assignment helped them to achieve that goal. So that's question number 2. Questions 3, 4, and 5 are open-ended. And I'm just going to click on the edit button here so that you can see. These are not multiple choice questions. I used the essay question option here so that students had a text box to type their answers into. And the 3 questions that I asked were, what did they like? What would they change? And what else do they want to tell me? Now, let me show you. I'm going to change this other tab. This is the quiz page here. And I'm going to show you once they've finished, I can click on this button right here, survey statistics. And it's going to go, I've got it loaded here so it doesn't have to take some time. It goes to this page and it tabulates everything for you. And you can see that here are the responses from my students with time, 30 to 60 minutes. It probably took my students on the average about an hour to an hour and a half. And I was pleased with that. A little bit on the short side. Nobody took more than 2 hours. So I'm not overwhelming them. So I could do possibly a little more is what I'm thinking. Did it achieve our class goal? So everybody said it was effective or neutral, and nobody said it was ineffective, which I was really pleased with that. So I feel like we're on the right track with this kind of assignment since I'm changing from this in-class face-to-face experience to online. I'm pleased with that. And then these other open-ended questions, you can get comments in the speed grader, and you can click on this button. I've got it open right here. And these are the types of things that you can see. I got to shrink my head. There we go. So you can get student comments here. So you can just use the speed grader to read what they said. So question 3, what did they like? And you can scroll down. And so what I've done is I've taken all these comments, and I'm going to show you one last document here. I've tabulated all of these. I'm going to move me over here into a document so that I can, actually, I'm going to let my students see this. I'm going to post this on our course so they can see what the feedback was. And I'll just scroll through it. But here's the important thing. I'm going to make 2 major changes for the next time we do this, which is next week. Number 1, I'm going to remove the time limit, and I'm going to allow students to see the discussion board questions before they get there. So then they can prepare their answers in advance. And then when we're having our synchronous discussion board, they can just copy and paste their responses into those questions and spend their time reading other students' answers and responding to them. And the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare more of my responses to those initial questions in advance. then I can copy and paste my responses in as well, because one of the students' comments was, well, not one student, but many students commented that they appreciated my comments and additional questions to their reactions because they felt like my participation helped them to think more deeply. So there you have it. That's our 2-minute teaching tip for today is improve your teaching by asking students for their feedback by using quizzes function on Canvas. Thanks for coming. Aloha and happy teaching.